Okay, welcome back once again to Fruitful with Jerry Hom. We've been having a great time over the past few episodes. You recall that we're looking at what we call the 7 essentials of a fruitful life, and we touched on the first 5. So today we'll just wrap up with the next 2, and then you would have the whole 7. And you know, we are told that 7 is a complete number, so it's good that you have the whole set. You remember we started with the first one. We said soil. The soil represents foundation, right? It represents potential, and that you could have a good soil, and that will set you up right. But then we also went on to talk about other stuff. We spoke about moisture here being emotional need and support as well, and then we also spoke about mental health as well. And then from there we also touched on fertilizing being added support and enrichment. You need some added support from somewhere to make your life better. Then we also went on to pest and disease control, if you recall, where we spoke about distractions, how to handle distractions as well, and the challenges that comes with life. And then we ended, I think number 5 was pruning. Pruning was when we spoke about the fact that there are times when you should let certain things go. You should let go of what is not really helping you, what is not helping you to achieve. And so the video is out there. Be ruthless, cut out what is not serving you, especially in this new year. So today I want to move on to another one. I think this is number 6, and today's number 6 is pollination. Another essential of a fruitful life is pollination. So what is pollination? Pollination simply is about collaboration and connection. It's about collaboration and connection. Fruit trees, yes, there are trees that are self-pollinated, but then fruit trees by and large are pollinated by insects. They need a vector that will come and aid in the pollination. So bees and other insects would fly, land on the flower, leave pollen here, pick pollen here, drop pollen there, and all that. It simply speaks to the issues of teamwork and collaboration and cooperation and connection. And one of the 8 angles that you would recall is quite important when it comes to a fruitful life is the issue of dialoguing, sharing of ideas. For me, it's so important because someone has said that ideas are the currency of human progress. Ideas are the currency of human progress. Everything you see and experience was once an idea, and someone shared that idea, shared it with somebody else. They came together, they spoke around it, and it became what it is today. You can't go it alone. And if you've watched any of these videos on this channel, you know I'm very heavy on teamwork and collaboration. You can't go it alone. We also have one where we spoke about you cannot say you're a self-made man because you didn't pull your boots by the straps because those boots were even made by somebody else. We jokingly spoke about that as well. So pollination, you need pollination in your life. You need to share ideas with people. You need to open dialogue. Conflict is even part of cross pollination, conflict. There are times when you share an idea, you exchange ideas with somebody, the person doesn't accept yours, you don't accept the person's own, but you come to a mutual understanding and all that. So it is very, very crucial that for a fruitful life, it is essential that you are pollinated, and that speaks to the issues of exchanging of ideas, connecting with people, getting to know people, getting to understand what they stand for. Sometimes just ask people, what do you believe in? It can open up a conversation that will blow your mind. Sit by somebody in a plane, in a vehicle, and just ask general questions. And people will tell you stuff about themselves that you will blow your mind. Another angle of collaboration is in building positive relationships. Because we've already said that great friendships, you have people who watch your back, like we love to say. They open opportunities for you. Recall when we spoke about network. Your network is your net worth. It's one of the videos that you can check out on this channel where we use the biblical passage where the prophet told the woman, go to your neighbors and borrow vessels. Don't borrow a few, borrow plenty. And we're talking about the fact that you need neighbors who are vessels. It's the same thing here. It's the same thoughts that I'm trying to push in this very video, that necessarily you need to have people who can work with you, people who you can work with. You need to build positive relationships. You need people who will be there for you when you need them. You need people that would stand for you. People who, when you are not in the room and there's a discussion going on, they would defend you, and they would even give you opportunities that were spoken of when you are away. They will tell you, they will call you, they will give you links. These are all part of the pollination discussion. You cannot go it alone. I cannot say this enough. You cannot go it alone. Someone has said that the cornerstone of positive relationships is authenticity. The cornerstone of positive relationships is authenticity. It is so because you can only lie to a certain extent. One day you'll be found out. You can lie to only a certain level and a certain extent, that you say something today, if it isn't the truth, you will come back and you suffer the consequences. Someone has said that when you're speaking the truth, you don't need to have a good memory. Why? Because it's the truth. You say the right things at the same time. We were created by a creator of connectedness. And I love to say that because when I'm reading my scripture, I hear him say, let us make man. Let us. So that creature itself is a creature of connectedness. So necessarily, to excel in this planet he's created for us, we need to be building positive relationships, but you need to be authentic. Be yourself. Let your friends know who you are. Let them know you for who you are. And then aside authenticity, which is essential, there is also the need for trust. Trust is also one of the most important currencies in trading relationships. Trust. Let people know that they can trust you. Let people know you as one of the most critical people that they know when it comes to a certain thing. So that in all the things that they know about people, when it comes to one thing, they know that this my friend stands for this. This my friend stands for this. This person stands for that. Another thing you must talk about when we're talking of positive relationships is empathy. Learning to walk a mile in your friend's shoes. Learning to walk a mile in some people are not empathetic. So they don't feel for people. We call them narcissists these days, right? It's become a very popular word. But there are people who really have no empathy for others. And you cannot build a great positive relationship if you don't have empathy. So in pollination, we talk about connectedness, collaboration. Empathy is one of the things that you need to have to be able to build the kind of relationships that are essential to grow you. Then communication is the lifeblood of relationships. Communication. You cannot say, I have a relationship with this person, but I don't communicate with the person. You must build, channels by which you communicate. I'm not saying the regularity really doesn't matter. I've come to realize that there are friends that you would call very good friends, but you might talk to them once a month, but they are still very good friends of yours. They will come in for you when you need them, but it doesn't mean you are calling them every minute and every hour. No, but it's there. Occasionally, you're going to check on them. In fact, I have friends that I might not check on for a whole year. It doesn't really mean, but the communication is there. You know that if push comes to shove, occasionally you check on them, find out what they are doing and what is going on with them. But they know that when they call you, you will be there. So authentic, be trustworthy, and then communicate a lot more if you want to build the quality of relationships that goes far. And still talking about collaboration and connectedness, which in our analogy of the fruit tree is pollination. You also want to ensure that you set good boundaries. You set boundaries. The fact that someone is your friend or you have a relationship with a person doesn't necessarily mean that you do things just anyhow. You must set boundaries. Then also talking about collaboration and connectedness, it's also important that you understand the principle between interdependence and growth. We need to be pollinated by someone's idea, someone's wisdom, and critically someone's advice. The most precarious situation you can find yourself in is when no one can advise you, when you don't take anything from anybody. No one can say anything into your life. It's very scary. I mean, we've known of people who have complained about very, very high ranking members of our society whose failure was just the fact that they had praise singers all around them and no one pollinated them with the truth. No one came into their space who spoke the truth. No one could come in and when you have people all around you who are just singing your praises and saying, oh, you are the brightest person, you are in for a big challenge because you will not grow. You will not grow. You need people to pollinate you. Listen, the fruit tree would remain the fruit tree and nothing would come out of it if it is not pollinated by the bee. If an insect does not come and help in this tree's pollination, it will just be there without anything. If it doesn't have wind pollination, if it doesn't have, there are so many kinds of pollination. If these things don't happen and no one comes to, puts their own spin on what you're thinking, your growth becomes retarded. You will struggle to make anything meaningful. And then I love this concept about mutual accountability. You talk to me, I also am able to talk to you. You tell me what's on your mind. I'm also able to tell you what is on my mind. We are able to share it. You have a unique strength. I have my own. We come together and then we are able to do something concerning that. It is very, very important. Listen, teamwork drives progress. Teamwork drives progress. It is the teamwork is the pinnacle of human collaboration. It is a pinnacle of human collaboration. It drives progress. People will not be where they are if it wasn't for teamwork. If it wasn't for teamwork, there are people who will never get to where they are. Someone recently shared something with me because in my country, we're in a very political season. The person said, the beauty of politics is this. You don't really need to be there, but you need somebody who is there and you are in the person's team. And I was like, hey, that's a beautiful idea. Because let's take it, let's assume a president is going to appoint, and let's even assume he's appointing 10,000 people. Guess what? There are 30-something million people. You definitely, and even at 10,000 doesn't know everybody. So someone must be there. There must be some teamwork that must happen. And then when that happens, you are able to rise up and become what you're meant to become. And so I like that statement, that teamwork is the pinnacle of human collaboration. It's a very powerful statement. You must work together as a team, which is also why if you join our business club, sessions, you realize that when we talk about what we call the ICACI model. I for ideation, C for communication, A for automation, and then the other C is for cooperation. Cooperation, because it's essential. If you want to grow a business, you need cooperation. It is very, very, very important. So this for me should give you an idea that you cannot work it all alone. You can't go it all alone. You must necessarily have someone who is working with you to go there. So collaboration is what pollination teaches us about a fruit tree, where you collaborate with people, you get to get the best of both your idea, their ideas. There are times when you think you are so right until you hear somebody punch a hole in your argument. You realize that, I never thought of this one. A great mind is humble enough, right? Humility is one of the key pointers when it comes to collaboration and cooperation and connection, because you must be humble enough to know that you don't know it all. Someone knows something that you don't know, and everyone can teach you a lesson. Everyone you meet in life is a lecturer, is a teacher. I say this always: when you wake up in the morning, it's a lesson you are about to have. Everyone you meet is a teacher, and you never know when the test is going to come. So you always be on your guard. Accept everyone who comes your way. Listen, not just hear, but listen. Ruminate on it. If it sits well with you, yes, you take some, you leave some, but don't block people out because you think they have nothing to offer. Every single person has something good to offer, and so that is pollination, and it is the number 6